Alright, hello, so I'm going to take you through the back page of this test, so do not just skim through this, actually listen and know what's going on, okay, because you will have to do this again, especially in the final, and in geometry, like all of this stuff is an important thing. So a subdivision has a rectangular pool. The length of the pool is 9 more than twice the width. We've done that stuff before, okay, so you have to look at this and don't just get lost in the words, write down a mathematical expression for that sentence. So now we're going to write an expression for the perimeter and area. Okay, so work with the picture. Okay, I tell you guys to use the picture. The picture's there for a reason. Okay, so if this is my length, so is this, and they're the exact same because that's what we know about a rectangle. Okay, now from first semester, you guys are getting stuck on, okay, but what are these? You already said what those are. 9 more than twice the width. So what do we label the width? Whatever you labeled the width here, it's just 1W. Some of you guys were putting 2W, but the width is not twice the width. The width is just 1W, okay? And now it's just find the perimeter. What does perimeter mean? You guys got to know this. Perimeter is adding, okay, all the sides up. Area is multiplying. You just got to know that. You got to commit that to memory, okay? So the perimeter, you add up all your like terms. So W plus W, handle my widths first, plus 9 plus 2W plus 9 plus 2W, okay? Add up your like terms, okay, and go from there. So in total, I have my perimeter is 6W plus 18, okay? Area is just length times width. So my width, I'll do my width first, is W times 9 plus 2W, okay? You could box this if you want. You can make a 1 by 2 box, or it's a simple distribution problem, okay? W times 9 is 9W, and W times 2W is, just like what we've been doing this whole unit, is 2W squared, okay? Gotta add your exponents, okay? So don't let the sentence trick you. Just take it and make it into a mathematical expression, 9 plus twice the width. Okay. Moving on down here now. The area of the shaded region. Okay. We're going to go through this one in depth because it's very important. Okay. You have to know how to find the area of the shaded. Okay. The shaded, there are two shapes, two rectangles, right? We have a big rectangle and we have a small one. Okay. The small one is not shaded. So you have to think, how do I take out that unshaded part? Okay, so here's how it goes, and write this down so you can study it tonight. You have to take, since we're doing area, you got to take the area of the big, okay, and you're going to take out, subtraction is taking out, the area of the small, okay? That's how you find the area of the shaded region, because I'm taking the white part out, okay? Now the weirder part of this is just saying, okay, if this is how I find the area of the shaded region, my directions tell me what it is, what it equals. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to set it equal to 86, okay? So this is just telling me I'm going to solve for x, but I got to set it equal to something, okay? So area of the big is length times width, which you can't see it, so I'm going to scroll over really quick, okay? Area of the big is length times width. Of the big one are the outer ones, okay? So I'm going to have right here, I'm going to have the length times the width here for the big one, okay? Subtracting out the area of the small, so these two, okay? And it still equals 86. Really, you're not going to touch the 86 until the very end, so don't worry about it. Just keep dropping it down. I'm going to FOIL this, okay? I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that. If you still need help with foiling, that's what today is for corrections. Plus 3x plus 24x are these two, and then plus 18. I'm going to put all that in parentheses. Minus, I'm going to just distribute here, okay? So I would have 4x squared plus 10x equals 86. Okay, I'm going to clean it up a little bit before I do anything crazy. So in my area of the big, I have 4x squared plus 27x plus 18 minus, and then for my little, I have 4x squared plus 10x equals 86. Okay? Now it's just a subtraction problem, like on the very first page of this test. So I'm going to do like terms. So I have these are like terms, these two are like terms, and there's nothing with that. Okay? So 4x squared minus 4x squared cancels out. Okay? 27x minus 10x is 17x. And then 18 doesn't combine with anything. Okay? But what does this equal? It equals 86, just dropping it down. Okay? The whole point of this problem is to find the value of x. So I got to solve for x. So get x by itself. Just do some back to unit 1, okay, of this section, or of this year. So I get 68 equals 17x, and divide. So what do I get? X equals 4. Okay? The key to this one is you have to know how to find the area of a shaded region. So you got to take the area of the big, subtract out the area of the small. And it just equals whatever it says it equals. It says it equals 86, go from there, solve for x. Okay? So again, pause and rewatch if you need help. Last one here. Working backwards to find the perimeter. Okay? The area of the square below, so the inside part, is x squared minus 12x plus 36. I put that in there for a reason, because it's the area. What is the perimeter? Okay? Perimeter is all of the sides added up. We know that. Okay? So in order to find perimeter, I need the lengths of the sides. Okay? So, the big golden question is, how do I work backwards from the area to find out my sides? A lot of you guys are going to say divide by 4. But area is not separated into 4 pieces. That's not how area works, okay? And we don't have anything to divide by in terms of like the length or the width. We have nothing. So we can't use division, okay? But what we can do, if I know my area equals this quadratic, okay, I am just going to change what it looks like. I am not going to divide by anything. I'm not going to change the numbers. All I'm going to do, how do I change the look of this? We did it on the page right before. I'm going to factor. That's just changing what it looks like, okay? So I'm going to take it. If you factor it, you get this, okay? This right here is still the area. I didn't change this, I just made it look different, okay? So don't go and say, okay, that's my perimeter. No, factoring it just makes it look different, but you need to recognize, what do these pieces mean? Area of a square is a length times a width. This is your length, that's your width. That's what this factoring gets you. It gets you what your dimensions are, because if you were to multiply these, you would get your area. Okay, so that's the relationship between what you get when you factor. It is not the perimeter. So now where do you go from there? Finding the perimeter. You know the other sides are exactly as these are, okay? And then perimeter, add up all your sides, okay? So x plus x plus x plus x is 4x. Negative 6 plus negative 6 plus negative 6 plus negative 6 is negative 24 centimeters, okay? So factoring does not give you the perimeter. It gives you the sides that you can then go find your perimeter. Okay? So you just gotta know what factoring actually does. It doesn't change what it is, it just changes what it looks like. Okay? So that's the process for those 3. Keep working on corrections and make sure those are turned in today. Thank you.